I'm trying to sell my iPhone 13 online and it is not straightforward. What I found might disturb you, but I also found a solution. I have an iPhone 13 right now, but I was thinking of upgrading to a new version. And my friend told me just to keep this phone in case my new one breaks. But you know what? I had a thought. How about I do it properly and trade it in, get money from it? Because I'm lazy, I'm going to try to do this online. I'm not going to go out in person to trade it in. I also don't really have time for that. In this video, we're going to check out all these different trade-in websites, see how it goes and how much my beautiful iPhone 13 is worth. Okay, so first I thought, because it's an iPhone, I'll just use Apple. So let's look at the trade-in value. From the get-go, this is weird. I don't know what's happening with the UI here, but I can't see the full thing. I don't know if I'm missing something. So let's try to do this anyway. Who made your smartphone? Okay, Apple. Looks like they take other phones as well, which is interesting. My iPhone is an iPhone 13. How big is the capacity? It's 128 gigabytes. Is your iPhone in good condition? I would say all good. 160 towards a new iPhone. Okay, I was expecting cash. I know I want to upgrade to a new phone, but I'm not sure if I want an iPhone or something else. I feel like I can trust the brand, but 160 towards of credit towards it's a new iPhone. It's not even a new computer or AirPods or whatever. It looks like it has to be iPhone. So I feel like this is a bit of a cop-out. I don't think they want people to trade in given how this looks. Yeah, I don't know. Am I being generous if I say 4 out of 10? It's like average. Okay, very average. Yeah, 4 or 5 out of 10. I'm giving this experience. So Back Market is a French marketplace. I do like Back Market. I have bought a phone off them before, as well as AirPods, and I can't remember a few other devices. I've had a fairly good experience with Back Market, and I like their mission. I like their branding. So for example, if I get rid of this phone, I would want a refurbished phone from Back Market. But let's see how this trade-in experience is. So I have an iPhone. So it's an iPhone 13. Okay, this is quite laborious. Okay, the screen. Okay, let's look at this screen. The screen is... Okay, there's a bit of a crack. There's a mini crack. What does that mean? Okay, it has 1 cracks and may not be 100% functional. No, it just has 1 crack, but it's so small. Okay, I feel like I want to put used. It's not like super cracked. Okay, whatever. It's testing my honesty. Okay, it's cracked. How does the back look? The back looks good. Yeah, the back looks good. Is it used or are there scratches? I'll put used. Is it functional? Yes, it is functional. 115, okay. 160, okay, in the same range. This is interesting. So they want my phone now because in a few months it'll just decrease in value. How does this work? So they offer highest offer guaranteed. Okay. The insured shipping is interesting. So the shipping is good. I have read reviews online though. Back Market essentially connects customers to sellers. I've seen comments saying, oh, this refurbisher broke my phone so that they'd pay me back less. It says 115. I don't know if I'm really going to get 115 pounds back. I can imagine as it's being shipped to the refurbisher, the screen will crack even further. I can't imagine they would send it back to me, or maybe they do. They would send it back to me if I don't accept this offer. It just sounds like really long. So I will give this a 6. Yeah, and it's an offer. I don't think they make it very clear that it's an estimate. This might not be what I will get in the end. I might get like 90 pounds. And I think that's a little bit problematic in the sense of what I expect. I do want some money back, but what's really important to me is that I know this phone is going to be reused and properly wiped of my data, because I can factory reset it, but my data is still going to be on there. If someone's looking for my data or wants to find my old accounts, they will find it if my phone isn't properly wiped. Nothing on here is telling me that this phone is going to be wiped properly. I like how they're telling me that if I sell it now, it's the best value and it'll go down in value as time goes by. So it makes me think, okay, I probably shouldn't leave it in the drawer. But then time's gonna go by between me sending it to the refurbisher and then checking it. And what if I don't accept their offer? Yeah, that might take a month, actually. That might actually take a month. So I'll give this a 6. I'm concerned about data security and I am not fully confident about this offer. And it's lower than Apple. Next is Music Magpie. I want to start selling. I've also tried these processes with different types of devices, and it's actually quite a lengthy process if you don't have an iPhone. Sometimes they'll take other types of phones. iPhones are clearly the top phones that they want to resell. But if I have I have an Xbox that I want to sell, I'll go through this entire process and I'll just get, we don't take those. So it's kind of discouraging sometimes. So everything just ends up in my drawer anyway, or my cupboard. Okay, Apple iPhone 13, yes. Just give me money. Okay, good. Okay, this was way easier, actually. That was super fast. And it is between what Back Market? Oh, it's between what Back Market is offering and what Apple is offering. And they'll give me cash, which is also great. So pleasantly surprised, Music Magpie. Signs of wear, a little bit. Oh, there's cracks. It's so small though. Look, this is the tiniest crack. They make these phones so that the screens can crack. Okay, 34 pounds. No, this is unacceptable. I'm between good and poor. This crack is so freaking small, and I really don't think this is in poor condition. Like it's average. Okay, so my feeling is that I'm gonna expect 144 pounds, and I send it in and they'll give me something between 144 and 34. Yeah, I'm still kind of ish with this. This experience is like, okay, what about my data? They have to wipe your data because if they sell it, it's just like, are they going to wipe it properly? Also, I don't know these people. It's so easy just to take my data and then sell it to an AI or something. Yeah, there's really just no information on here about how they're going to wipe the phone. Yeah, I'm still going to give this a 6. Let's see if I can find anything on their terms or services. Okay, I'm on Perplexity. And Music Magpie uses Phone Check, an industry-leading technology that automatically erases all data from phones and tablets as soon as they connect your device to their system. This would have been a really interesting point to have in the FAQs, Magpie. Do you wipe my data? So this is in the FAQ. It's not in this FAQ. It's in this FAQ in the Help Center. Yes, we remove all data to give you total peace of mind when selling with us. To remove your data, we use an industry-leading technology called Phone Check. Yeah, still like ish. 6 out of 10 because it was fast, but minus a few points because there's such a huge gap between good and poor. A Back Market probably also has information that they do wipe data. I can't be bothered to find it right now. Right, let's move on to CeX, which is called CeX, not the other thing. iPhone 13. Okay, yeah. Okay, this was quite quick. It will give you 136. So let's compare, say good, 144, 115, 160. So CeX is probably the best offer because I can get 136 cash or 176 voucher, which is more than what the voucher that Apple was offering. Apple was offering a voucher only for iPhones, whereas CeX sells everything. So this is interesting. I know they're also on the high street. They're quite close. So I could just drop it off if I needed to. I imagine because they're there, they can also give me a more accurate estimate. Yeah, so this is unlocked B. So I imagine that's grade B, but because it's not really obvious to everyone, they might tell me, okay, it's grade C. Because of the tiny little crack on my screen. So I'll get 110 pounds cash or 142 pounds in voucher. I think that's pretty reasonable. Complete my sale. This is kind of interesting because CeX takes a lot of other devices. So if I have other stuff, I can try to sell it to them. They don't take everything though, and they don't recycle. So it's cool for like most stuff. But then if I also want to recycle, or I have something that they don't want, they won't take it and they won't ensure that the data is deleted. So they offer some service, but not all the services, which means I have to go to more places. And anyway, it's a mission. It's a journey. What about the data privacy? Tell me. CeX performs a data wipe as part of their test process, but they place primary responsibility on customers to erase their own data before selling. This is a problem because you actually need professional to do this. Let's see what the website says. Okay. Before selling your device to us, have you wiped your data from your device? If not, it's important to understand your data needs to be removed from the device before handing it over to us. Okay, yeah, okay. CeX is saying it is my responsibility, but at the same time, I am by no means a data expert. It is very, very hard to fully erase data off devices. This means that even if you just delete everything, it's still in the cache, it's still in the memory, it's still in the system. So if someone really wants to get your data after you sell the phone, they will get it. I would say this requires a professional to do. And if you're asking me to do it, it just doesn't make me feel confident that my data is safe and my phone is going to be refurbished responsibly. 3 out of 10 for CeX. Also, change your name. That's just a weird name. I just talked about making money off my old phone, and that's really useful information. But there's something I need to share that most people don't know about the device sitting in your drawer. In 2022 alone, 62 million tons of e-waste was created globally, according to the Global E-Waste Monitor. And that's a record. Only 22.3% of that was formally collected and recycled. The rest, we're not entirely sure where it ends up. That's Agbogboshi in Ghana, one of the largest e-waste dumps. It's a direct result of how we in wealthier countries dispose of electronics. But here's the twist that makes it even more frustrating. That drawer phone that you're hoarding, it contains silver, gold, palladium, materials worth 91 billion pounds globally. 91 billion. We're literally mining the earth for minerals to make new phones while sitting on what scientists call urban mines at home. That's what we're doing to the earth to get the materials for new devices when we already have them sitting at home. One more thing, that data security worry, the one where you think I can't recycle my phone because what if someone gets my photos and my bank details, that is totally valid. Research shows 30% of people are keeping old phones at home for exactly that reason. But here's the thing, leaving it in the drawer is not protecting your data. It's forcing companies to mine the earth for new metals, and your devices are losing value because they're sitting in your drawer. It all sounds really sad and really complicated because it is, but thankfully, I have a solution that you might be interested in. Wouldn't it be nice to get rid of your old devices without harming the environment, getting rewarded for it, and making sure your data is safely deleted? Well, this is what Retapp does. It helps you resell, refurbish, or recycle your unwanted electronics by connecting you to local recyclers and refurbishers that will safely delete your data and might give you money back for your high value items. So let's dive in and let me show you Retapp. So I borrowed my partner's phone to use Retapp so I can sell my phone. So this is Retapp. Right away, we met with Ting Ting the turtle, who's our mascot and AI agent, and you can scan your first device. So you scan the front, scan the back, and then I'm going to go into my settings to find more information about my phone. Is the device still fully working? Yes, it is. Why am I disposing of it? I'd like to replace it. And this takes about 10 seconds. Great. So my iPhone 13 is worth about £100, which is probably a more realistic estimation considering Music Magpie estimated between 144 and 34. I would say £100 to give it to a local refurbisher who will safely delete my data is pretty reasonable. The AI identified the category, the device, the color, and even the weight. And so now I'm going to accept this estimate. This is my inventory of other devices that I'd like to get rid of. So you'll see I even have my toaster on there. I have a camera, a bike light, my headphones, and my phone. I want to get rid of these 5 items. And now this is also part of the prototype. It's not fully live yet, but I just wanted to show you. Ting Ting automatically sorts the devices according to what the refurbishers near you take. And this will show you the different refurbishers and what they will accept. So partner 1 will accept the headphones and the toaster. Partner 2 will accept the camera and the phone. And partner 3 will take the bike light. So this isn't perfect. There are still some updates to make, but this gives you a general sense of what Retapp does. And more importantly, this sorts the devices for the professionals, whether they're refurbishers or recyclers, because otherwise they'd be taking in a whole lot of electronics. It's almost impossible to sort given the volumes of e-waste and unwanted devices. So now I'm going to confirm. And here I get a summary page of my devices. For my phone, I have to confirm that it's unlocked, so it's no longer attached to my iCloud. And then I send the request. So now on the other side, the refurbishers and recyclers will receive a stock list of the devices, and that's where they accept the request and accept the estimate. So that part isn't live just yet. Now let me show you the profile page. On the profile page, you can track your impact. So how many kilos of e-waste you've saved from landfill. Even though they're high value electronics, you haven't kept them in the drawer. Keeping in the drawer makes them more likely to become e-waste. And from that, we've calculated how much CO2 you've saved, and we've given you points. The eco points are not live yet either, but what you can get with eco points are rewards for your next purchases at your local stores. Here you can see I can claim a 5-pound voucher at Curry's, which is a win because I probably need a toaster now. And in the devices section, I can look at the past devices that I've disposed of and check out the data erasure certificates, which links to the refurbishers' systems. And that is Retapp. So again, we're in the prototype phase, we're bringing on beta testers, and we're onboarding refurbishers and recyclers in Cambridge. Sign up on retapp.com or on the Retapp app, test out the valuation, and create an inventory of all those devices that you've been keeping a hold of for years. And let us know your postcode so then we can see where to reach out to refurbishers and recyclers. Download Retapp today to safely dispose of your electronics.